Hello, beloved friends, and welcome to our weekly moment where I share some thoughts. I'm James Henry, and I have some thoughts to share. So, I like to begin the thoughts that I share by reminding you of something I consider to be very important, and that is right now, in this very moment, you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you are. Not what you will be, not what you were, but who you are right now is a gift. This moment is a gift. And you are a gift in this moment. Today, I wanted to take a moment to ponder together the idea of, of planting seeds, of what it means to plant seeds. Now, if you know me and you've ever heard any of my illustrations about my experience of gardening, I am much more likely when I plant a seed for it not to live than for it to live. That when it comes to literally planting seeds in a garden, uh, I don't seem to have the green thumb. However, I do know that in every moment, like this moment, there is the potential whenever you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching this sometime in the future, whenever the now is that you're watching this, is when I'm hoping that I'm planting seeds in you of your preciousness, of your love, of you recognizing it. Your preciousness and lovedness, the gift that you are, is already. It already exists. I'm not conjuring it with my words. What I am doing is inviting you by planting seeds of that thought to look at yourself differently, perhaps than you have in the past. Oftentimes, I encounter a number of people who do not recognize how precious they are, or do not recognize how loved they are, that they are a gift. Instead, sometimes they have a false bravado about how precious they are, and they imagine they're God's gift to humanity, which is literally true. Each one of us is a gift. Each one of us is God's gift. But when we overinflate and try to make ourselves the center of attention, that's a different thing altogether. I'm planting seeds in the moment that you're watching this, whenever that is. I don't know what fruit they will bear or whether they will grow. I can just plant the seeds. I want to take just a moment to talk to you about what is real. Now is real. Whenever now is that you're watching this, it's real. Now, for about 15 minutes before I started this broadcast, I sat and imagined and worked and thought about what I would say, but it wasn't real. It was imagined. It was only imagined. Until I started speaking these words, they were not real. They were just imagined. Neither is my memory of the most recent moment that I did for this weekly moment. It's a memory. It exists in my memory only. It's no longer real. I can watch it and encounter it again, hear it in the moment now, but now is what I have. And I want to ask you the question, I want to ask myself the question, what seeds do you plan to plant right now? What seeds are you intentionally planting right now? There's a saying that I've read multiple times: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The second best time is now. I want to tell you that the best time is now. The best time is now. The best time for you to begin planting seeds intentionally is now. Planting the seeds within yourself about what kind of self-talk you've got going on about who you are. Do you think of yourself in negative ways? Are you constantly beating yourself up? Are you always measuring yourself against someone else? Or measuring yourself against some imagined future that has not come true for you, that 20 years ago you imagined would be the case now? Rather than living in those imagined places that are no longer real, what would it look like if right now, taking stock of whatever you're saying about yourself within your internal self-talk right now, what would it do for you if you intentionally began to plant seeds about how precious and loved you are right now? What would it look like if you planted those seeds each now with those whom you love? What would it look like if you planted seeds with every person you encounter in every now that you're alive? And the seeds that you intend to plant are positive ones, not broad generalizations of negativity about the world and about everything else. Yes, there are things that need work, and we need to plant those seeds now. We are bearing the seeds, for instance, now of the Industrial Revolution and man-made, human-made pollution that is slowly changing the climate of our planet. And that change has accelerated. We are bearing we can't go back and unplant those seeds, but we can plant different seeds now, new seeds now. We can take this moment now to be intentional about the seeds we'll plant. We can plant it in the way we relate to other people. We can practice something better than we've practiced before. Our quick-witted response that makes us look good, perhaps we hold that back, because oftentimes those quick-witted responses that make us look good are at the expense of someone else. And maybe we begin to realize that we don't want to look good at the expense of anybody else, that we just want to be. Plant those seeds of being, of loving, of giving your best in this moment, of planting the seeds you've been given to plant right now. And it's never too late to plant new seeds in your life. It's never too late. It doesn't matter how young or how old you are, you can plant new seeds, because the past is only existent in your memory. You cannot go back and do anything about it, any more than you can do anything about the future right now, except plant good seeds that will grow into that future. You can plant the potential. But as Jesus told us when he talked about the parable of the sower, you sow seeds. Some of it's going to land on really, really fertile ground and grow. Some of it's going to land on the rocks, and it's going to sprout up real quick and die. You can't control what happens to the seeds you plant right now. You can't control that future. All you can do is be now, planting the seeds that you would like to see come to fruition. Hopefully those seeds are good seeds, positive seeds, hopeful seeds, loving seeds. They're affirming of others and of yourself, that they're forgiving of others and of yourself. Those are the things I want to invite you and me, who is a master of negative self-talk. I want to invite you and me to be different, to plant different seeds right now, and to be intentional about it. To be intentional about it. So remember, whatever seeds you're planting, you are already infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. How will you gift the gift of yourself away? Planting seeds.